So we are days into our second lockdown in less than a year. How you doing? You okay? Getting a little antsy? Kids getting a little antsy? Yeah, I know the feeling. Luckily, lifestyle expert Angie Smith back on the show with some tips on how parents can navigate through the second lockdown. Angie, help us, please.
No,
Good morning.
don't worry.
How are you, darling?
I'm pretty well. How are you?
Oh, it's good times, right? Good, tons of fun. So, what are some ideas you have for entertaining little people and keeping yourself sane?
Well, number one, look at where I am. You got to find somewhere that you work and function fine. And what I noticed is in the first part of the lockdown earlier in the year, parents had their offices, they were setting up at the dining room table. I had my office on the main floor, and you're always kids, you got to be quiet, stop running around. Mommy has a call, daddy's trying to do his work. And that doesn't really work. Kids need the space, they need to move around. They might have homeschooling and they need to be able to do the activities. So, adults, it's time for you to move. It is time to find a place where you can function and get your work done, and let the kids, rule the house for a little bit. It's the way you got to do it.
What do you think about boredom? Because I hear this all the time, and the kids are saying this all the time. Dad, we're bored. What can we do? What can we do? And I don't know. Like they can only sit in front of the TV so much, right?
I wanted to talk to you about that
Okay.
because boredom has this bad reputation, and boredom is actually a really good thing. In the first part of the pandemic earlier in the year, a study actually came out, and boredom was cited as the second biggest, fear of being in isolation next to the lack of freedom. Everybody was panicking, like, what am I going to do with the boredom of being at home? Well, boredom is actually a really good thing for children and adults. It allows you the chance to figure out a lot of self-discovery. Like, what is it about yourself as a person that makes you tick and that you could change or would change? A lot of people are bored in the kitchen, but what you might want to change or what might alleviate your boredom wouldn't alleviate my boredom with my recipe. So boredom is actually a really good chance for self-reflection. So when you're talking about your kids and they're like, Dad, I'm bored, parents often are like, well, do you want to bake? Do you want to do crafts? Let's go outside. Let's go to the park. Want to watch a movie? Don't solve it. Let your kids figure out what it is that they need to change or do differently in their day to beat their own boredom. And I sit back, especially with my 6-year-old, if he tells me he's bored, and I'm like, well, he needs to figure out what it is that makes his own brain tick, what will stimulate him. And as a parent, it's really great for me to see that. Is he into crafts? Does he gravitate towards video games? Does he like to go outside? It's really an opportunity for personal development. So don't see boredom as such a bad thing. Like, this is a chance for all of us to really figure out what it is that we love. Like, what are our personal passions? When you're sitting there and you're super, super bored deep down, if you try to go work out and you hate working out, it's not going to beat the boredom for you.
Well, that goes back to even I don't know, when I was growing up, and I used to say that to my mom and dad all the time. They're just like, figure it out. We live on 100 acres. Go experience. Go have your imagination. And even I've said that to my kids, and then they will disappear and figure it out, and they're off doing something else. So that is a really good point.